Stephen Shields Radio Show. Hello, Wisdomers. I'm back. And Happy New Year to everyone right now, all the way in Sydney, Australia at the moment. And it's the first show of the year on the Stephen Shields Radio Show, so welcome back to all my listeners. Just gotten up now, and I'm ready to start the day with you know, what I love doing on social audio is wisdom. But yeah, interesting things did happen to me over Christmas this year. I caught COVID-19, and I caught it pretty bad, and the bug hit me pretty bad. And I've you know, had my fourth vaccine. My experience was the diagnosis. I have a low immunity to COVID-19, and yet, you know, having a fourth booster shot, I still caught it pretty bad. And after that, you know, it was 2 weeks literally that I felt I was almost bedridden. Lost my sense of taste, of smell, taste. You know, it just ended up having leg cramps. I was having trouble sleeping, you know, with this virus. Uh, you know, what else could happen? You know, just didn't have an appetite, didn't feel like eating, didn't just felt, you know, didn't want to work out because it's just like it just sucks all the energy out of you. Even just doing simple things, it was, you know, like I just didn't, you know, have an appetite for anything with this virus. Now, obviously, a new variant has emerged out of China with the coronavirus pandemic, where, you know, workers are actually going to work while testing positive to COVID-19, as long as their symptoms are not bad. And the Chinese government, I mean, how many lockdowns did China have? Literally, like, come on, how many lockdowns did China have to, you know, try and stop this thing? And it clearly didn't work. Now, I remember talking to my GP a couple of years ago about it. You start opening the border, that's when all these COVID cases are going to start happening here. And I'm thinking to myself, well, for me, seemed to be a bad flu. Really just seemed to be a bad flu for some reason. After that, you know, what I've learned from it is, you know, just not to basically let it get to me, I guess. You know, not to, you know, treat it like it was the end of the world. Because at the end of the day, I firmly believe that we just have to, you know, move on from COVID-19, despite all the political problems that we face with this virus. You know, and it was like, I think it was the last maybe 3 or 4 days, I started to do like very light weights, like just trying to get back into the routine. Like last week, I only did like a light training session for half an hour, a workout, just to try and get my body back into the routine of where I was before. Because, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there. People can say that, it's not real, it's all a lie, it's fake. But the reality is that this is a real virus, and I guess it is here to stay, whether we like it or not. Now, the pandemic from day one was mishandled. I was listening to Dr. Phil and Joe Rogan Experience. Uh, I just believe, yeah, he is right. We just got too much technology at the moment. Too much technology, and since these lockdowns did happen, I've found that, yeah, we've become more of an isolated society now. I went out to the club on Saturday night. That was the first time in 2 years I went out clubbing. And look, I was just 2 hours, and it was more over 50s music in the 80s and all that shit. I just had two cans of Coke, and it was just nice to get out. First time in 2 years I went to a club and went to watch some live music. That. And for me, it's just nice to get out of the house and get away from the place and get away from the business, at times, because clearly what I also found living with COVID during the Christmas holidays was what it was doing to my mental health. It was starting to drive me nuts, because having to sit home and sitting home for 2 weeks, it's shit. And then having to put Paramount Plus on. Not only that, I watched the South Park pandemic special. No, clearly, I do think they are, talking how the real world is going at the moment with the pandemic, and how the pandemic was mishandled. And Eric Cartman, he's got a wife and he's got a kid. It's like the kid, one of the sons, like, good cow, fuck you. Oh god, you should check it out when you can. And there was another one, the Stream Wars. You got to check out that from South Park. But there's a lot. Everyone's body is different in how they handle the virus with their antibodies. And for me, having low antibodies, it was harder. It was one of those things where I had to, yeah, overcome the challenges of COVID-19. And, it is real. So all the conspiracy theorists out there who want to go and stir up trouble and say that it's not real, well, you're clearly wrong, because I never thought that I was going to get it this bad, ever. Um, I have spoken a lot about COVID on my show, because I believe in the freedom of speech and free speech. But as soon as people want to start getting all political and stirring up trouble over COVID, and, I mean, that's just not right at the end of the day, that. And the thing is, we've got to, I believe that we have to learn from our mistakes with COVID, and how this was managed. And then you hear about people arriving from China. Now the government's bringing in new mandates that they have to have a negative PCR test. I feel at the moment it's a bad time to be traveling and all this shit going on at the border, and oh my God, I don't be dealing with that shit, you know. But it is very hard. It is a hard time. But I mean, what can I say? It should not stop you from enjoying your life as well. I mean, your freedom, your freedom of speech, and the times we are living on Earth. I mean, clearly we're not going to live forever. But yeah, it's just all about moving on and getting off and building a bridge and getting over it, I guess, with at the end of the day, with the pandemic. I mean, the virus is here to stay. It'll be around. Oh, God knows how long. You might read articles about how it'll just become a nuisance, but it'll be something we just live with like a flu. I mean, I'm not a health expert. I'm not an epidemiologist, but yeah, it was just low immunity that really got me, and and do these vaccines work? The new XBB variant, the vaccine doesn't stop it, which is odd. Yet the government's investing all this money in these vaccines, mRNA vaccines. I would, try to mandate the world with vaccine mandates, you know, because this is a strange virus. This is unusual in the way it spreads. That the point I'm trying to make is, I just think, after isolating myself for 2 weeks, just felt like, being stranded at home. It sucks, but I'm just grateful and happy to be alive. And you know, there's people who have ended up on the ventilators in the hospital, which is not good. It's bad. They're terrible to be on that. But for me, I think it becomes a learning experience for everyone, no matter how much politics are involved. It's a new year. It's 2023 as I'm recording the show. And I guess, yeah, the world is changing all the time. But I just think we need to move on from COVID-19 and start fresh. Who knows if there's a genius out there that has the cure for the virus, will be a millionaire one day. And I hope someone does find a cure for the coronavirus pandemic as well, as I'm talking now. But as you always know, I love talking about weather. We did have a few dry, sunny days over Christmas. Actually, it hit the mid 30s, and it was just nice to have some sun out for once. But today, right now, it's 18.7 degrees Celsius. It feels like 18.9 degrees Celsius. It's a minimum of 12 degrees Celsius with a top of 30 degrees Celsius. No rain predicted, and sunny. Tomorrow will be a low of 13 degrees Celsius, top of 29 degrees Celsius. Wednesday will be cloudy, low of 15 degrees Celsius, top of 27 degrees Celsius. Thursday is cloudy, low of 16 degrees Celsius, top of 30 degrees Celsius. Friday, cloudy, low of 16 degrees Celsius, top of 30 degrees Celsius. Saturday, sunny, partly cloudy, low of 17 degrees Celsius, top of 30 degrees Celsius. Sunday, sunny, partly cloudy, a low of 17 degrees Celsius and a top of 33 degrees Celsius for the day. But yeah, I always try to look at positive outlook in life and being able to, move on from things like this. That can be traumatic for anyone, having a bad virus and then having to recover from a bad virus like that as well. It your body, it does take time to heal itself, but more than ever that I'm feeling better now. I'm ready to get back into my routine, because what really throws you off with COVID is it puts you out of your routine. It put me out of my routine, and that's what got me cranky. I'm very active, especially over Christmas, and that's what I do. That's what I do. I want to be active. I want to be out in nature. I want to be working out. I want to be, living life to the best that I can. And that's how I feel, you know. That's how I feel, and that's what I do, you know. But it is a new year this year. Today is a new day. It's 2023. The weather's always changing. There's a lot of potholes on the road that need repair by the state government. Dominic Perrottet is finally starting to repair potholes that haven't been repaired for over a year. I mean, we need more potholes repaired because they're dangerous things. They are dangerous. You drive in the night and they cause accidents. So if you're driving near potholes, just be careful and, keep yourself safe on the road, guys, because the road is a dangerous place, you know, and just look after your mental health at the same time. You know that. Look after your mental health and your mental well-being, because that is important right, in a time like this. Because for me, I view it like this: that we're only going to live once, and what we do right now is how we can make a positive impact on the world, despite all the problems in China, as I've been talking about for the last year. Inflation. I mean, I guess inflation's always been around, but right now, I'm ready to give 100%. Always given 100% in life. 100% is always worth what I believe in at the end of the day. And giving everything, the best that I can as well. Because life can all of a sudden just make changes to you. And it can, you know, it can just turn on you. It can turn against you at last minute. It can make you or break you, you know. But for my conclusion, it's about knowing that there is a purpose for me, that I'm not going to live forever, that I'll ignore all the haters out there who don't care, just want to hide behind their computer screen and stir up trouble online, and people do. People do that. But I'm all about getting down to business and knowing that the truth is out there for me. You know that? And I guess as you know, as I move on for this year, new things shall happen. But I thought I'll leave it there, guys. It's always great to be back on the Stephen Shields radio show. First one for the year as well after a break. Please like, share, and subscribe to the podcast and turn on your notifications. New videos are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Bye for now.